every department that has a fan page. Parks and Rec, libraries, our community development folks, and of course our general government information page that's run by our public information office. It has what's called a comments policy on it. And basically, we recommend putting that under either info or extended info on your fan page. And it states essentially that we welcome your comments. We want to have your comments. We want to have dialogue back and forth, but that dialogue should be clean, should not attack people personally, should not have ugly language, foul language, should not be for advertising purposes, to prevent spam, those types of things. And if you follow those guidelines, we welcome hearing from you. But if you cross the line, then we will delete your comment. I must say, during the 2 years that we've had our fan pages going, we have never had to delete a comment, never. We had an instance when we did have that group page where one of the staff members deleted. He got frustrated, he got lost in the emotion of what was going on with that group page and made a mistake, and he admits it was a mistake. He deleted comments and also blocked some people from being able to post to that site. That was wrong. That should have never happened. We recognize that because the folks were just, all they were doing was expressing their opinion. While we didn't like to read it, didn't like to see that the public was looking at it, the media was watching it as well, it still did not rise to the level of having comments be deleted. But other than that, on our other fan pages, we have not had any reason at all to delete a comment. We have had folks who have said things we haven't liked, of course. In describing our recreation center, we had some folks who described it as a $32 million waste of taxpayers' money, and those types of things. But again, it's the freedom of speech, and I'd rather be having those conversations on our site where we can respond back to them and maybe answer some of their questions and have them go someplace else to have those conversations. But all in all, we have found that people pretty much keep it clean, keep it on topic, because even if somebody posts something negative, generally there's somebody who will come along and say, well, I don't see it that way. And so they somewhat police each other, is what we have found so far. If you do need to delete a comment, we recommend printing that comment before you hit delete. So at least you have a record of it, a copy of it. FOIA and records retention. Early on, our county attorney advised us to also consider not just the comments that would take place on our Facebook page, but also to take a look at what we needed to retain for records purposes. So we contacted the Virginia Freedom of Information Advisory Council to see, would these comments, would what we were posting to Twitter and to Facebook, would those comments, the stuff that we were posting and the comments we were getting back, would that be considered a public record? And the advice that we got back from Maria Everett with the Virginia Freedom of Information Advisory Council, she asked us, she said, well, is it something that you're creating during the course of your workday? Well, yes, the answer is yes to that. And to go a little bit further, from time to time we do have conversations that go back and forth between us and a citizen. So again, that's a public record. So we do retain these. We have all of our departments treat these as public records. And as such, we also contacted staff at the Library of Virginia to find out exactly how long, as a public record, we should hang on to this information. So far, the Library of Virginia has not issued an opinion regarding social media records in general. What we do is, because they haven't actually considered the records or considered social media as just, well, let me back up a little bit.
I'm going to deal with that too. So
okay, all right. This is how we handle it. Because the Library of Virginia hasn't made a determination about how long and how you should retain your social media records. What we do is we have each department who posts information to Facebook or Twitter or uses YouTube. What we do is we say, how long does the Library of Virginia require you to hang on to your materials? Is it 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is for your department, that is how long you should retain your Facebook and Twitter posts that you are putting out. So whether it's 3, 5, 10 years, whatever it is, you follow those guidelines that the Library of Virginia has set forth for your department. All right, so rather than creating notebook after notebook after notebook of Facebook information or Twitter information, this is what we do. With Facebook, we have not found any applications out there that will back this information up for you. So what we do is we do this once a week. We open up, we go to the Facebook page, and we open it up, and we save the page as a PDF, and then save it to our network drive. So that's how we retain our Facebook information. Again, we have all of our departments who are users do this once a week. With Twitter, you can use a couple of applications, such as TweetTake, Tweet Backup, or TweetScan, and all are free and all are very good ways to back up your materials. And again, we do this once a week as well. A couple of final recommendations. If you do decide to jump into Web 2.0 social media, I highly recommend getting a group together, such as we did early on a couple of years ago, where we brought in people who would have a use for Facebook and Twitter or YouTube. Bring them together so that you form a small group to not only assign each person to take a look at different uses for these different applications, but also to go out and to train and look for new uses for whatever may be coming down the pike. As Tina said, it's, you know, Facebook and Twitter, they may be the big things, and YouTube may be what we're using right now, but 5 years from now it could be something completely different. And by forming that Web 2.0 group, you can educate each other on the uses for these social media tools now, but also have people who are interested and can be looking at what else might be coming down the road. Also, get buy-in from your administration and from your board of supervisors. After we formed our group and began using Facebook and Twitter, what we did, all along we had our county attorney with us, but then we brought in the county administrator, showed him that we had the comments policy and that we felt secure in what we were doing. And from that point, he said, well, I feel good about it because I feel like you are protected and we are seeing good things come from the fact that you're sharing this communication with the citizens. And he said, let's go ahead and take it to the board of supervisors. And we did a small presentation, did a little bit of what Tina did just a few minutes ago, talked about what is Facebook and Twitter, and then began showing examples. This is what Roanoke County is doing. This is how we are sharing information. These are a few examples of what we're putting forth. And after they again realized that we had done our homework and that we were seeing good results and that we had a comments policy in place and had not had any negative experiences, they gave us the blessing and said, go forth. And I think they really enjoyed the fact that we were able to communicate during board of supervisors meetings information instantaneously. So we've had very good results.